Hey guys, welcome back to the Music Hole. My name is Cole, and I'm very excited today to talk about one of my favorite 80s bands, which is The Replacements. And this is probably their most well-known album from 1984 called Let It Be. And it's just an alt-rock, college rock masterpiece, in my opinion. So I'm excited to talk about it with you guys. So let's dive in with track number 1, which is called I Will Dare. Yeah, this guy needs to just chill out and just enjoy the lucky card he's been dealt, right? I mean, he basically doesn't believe this is reality. He's dating some 18-year-old girl probably, and he's like 35, 40. So he's just like, wait, how old are you? How old am I? You're interested in me? Like, what? I mean, if you think about it, this kind of relationship must be the most stressful thing in the world for the guy, because he's probably constantly wondering whether she's going to finally leave him for some younger, handsomer guy, right, who she can spend more time with in a sum total kind of way. And what I mean by that is, like, if she's dating somebody her age, then they'll both grow old together and they'll be the same years apart. But, you know, if she's dating some older guy, when she's 70, he'll be like 95, and that's definitely not a very attractive thought. So this guy needs to just settle down, chill out, just be happy and thankful for this awesome situation he's found himself in, and just not give her any indication that he has low self-confidence. So let's root for our hero. But anyway, let's move on to track 2, which is called Favorite Thing. Yeah, this song is just a celebration of the rock and roll spirit and lifestyle. This guy just doesn't give a shit, as he says, right? He's gonna smoke and drink, and he's gonna go to concerts all the time and dance his heart out until he, gets a heart attack or something. So it sounds like he's an aging rock and roll fan or even musician who's just like, all the young kids around him at concerts are like, who the heck is this 55-year-old guy dancing around like crazy, wearing, you know, like a shirtless denim jacket with buttons on it and stuff and tattoos, you know, like, why isn't this guy acting his age? And he's just like, fuck you, man. I'm gonna rock out until the day I die. You're my favorite thing, you know, rock and roll. You're my favorite thing. So I'm just gonna be myself. And hey, I respect that. I mean, to be so happy with who you are is like a state of mind that everyone needs to reach at some point. Because, you know, in my own life, I'm not necessarily happy about who I am, but everyone is a unique snowflake, and you got to be okay with who you are. And this guy's a rock and roller, and he's going to let you know about it. So anyway, that's Favorite Thing. Really lovely song, really fun. Let's move on to track number 4, which is called Tommy Gets His Tonsils Out.
Tommy gets his tonsils out. Hi, Susie. You know what? I've been in the hospital.
Open wide, the doctor's here. Everything is fine, got nothing to fear. Strap him down, alright I guess. Stop your bawling, you little brat. Get this over with, I take off in an hour. Didn't want to shove me yesterday, I took a shower. Get this over with, I take off in an hour. I can't last running, let's rip it, rip it, my now. Rip it, we're gonna rip my now. Rip it, we're gonna rip my now. Rip it, we're gonna.
Yeah, this song is pretty funny. I mean, the band is well known for their hilarious songs from time to time, right? And I just completely imagine this little kid or this teenager having this awful nightmare like the day before getting his tonsil surgery, right? So basically, the entire song is this kid's worst case scenario of like, the doctor doesn't give a shit and he's run out of Novocaine and sleeping gas and he's gonna feel everything, right? He's just gonna be in pain for like days and days. Oh my goodness. Just the worst case scenario possible. So, you know, it's not a deep song. It doesn't necessarily have to be a deep song to be fun, to be memorable, to be exciting. I really like this song on a sonic level. It's got the energy, right? I mean, this album in particular succeeds for its kind of drunk rock energy and attitude, which it delivers in spades. So anyway, that's track 4. Let's talk about track 5 next, which is kind of out of nowhere for this band, but it's a really lovely song. It's called Androgynous.
Here comes Dick, he's wearing a skirt. Here comes Jane, you know she's sporting a chain. Same hair evolution, same build evolution. Tomorrow who's gonna fuss? And they love each other so. Androgynous, closer than you know. Love each other so. Androgynous. Don't get him wrong, don't get him mad. He might be a father, but he sure ain't a dad. And she don't need advice that'll send her. She's happy the way she looks, she's happy with her gender. And they love each other so. Androgynous, closer than you know. Love each other so.
Yeah, my goodness, this is such a lovely, forward-thinking song, especially for 1984 during the height of the AIDS epidemic, and you know, at a time when homosexuality was still a big no-no for most of the world, right? So basically, this song is about, I suppose, a gay couple, or at the very least, transvestites or transgender people getting together, falling in love with each other, and just because you as a straight person can't figure out why a man would love another man, that doesn't mean their love for one another isn't real, right? You got to come at this with a loving heart. You got to have empathy. you have to understand that some things in the world might not make perfect sense to you, but that doesn't mean they're any less true, right? So just because, for example, I don't understand religious people and why they believe and why they have faith, that doesn't mean I think they're stupid. I don't think that they're wasting their time. I don't think they're unintelligent. You know, I just don't get it. So I'm not going to come at them from, you know, a place of like superiority and say like, you're not supposed to believe in God, or because there's no evidence to support it, or, you know, you're not supposed to fall in love with another man if you're a man because, you know, it's unnatural, or whatever stupid thing I could say. So it's a very lovely song. I'm glad that they chose to talk about it, even though it is kind of random on this album, in my opinion. But anyway, let's move along to track number 7, which is another really intense, awesome song. It's called Unsatisfied. Oh my goodness, this is such a powerful, emotional song. I mean, Paul Westerberg singing is just phenomenal here. I mean, oh my goodness. You know, and my interpretation of this song may not be what it's about, technically, but I imagine it's about the human race on some level. We're never satisfied, but that's a good trait because since we're not satisfied, we're always looking to improve ourselves, to improve technology and our way of life, and to invent things like democracy, right? The fact that we're never satisfied pushes us to succeed and to accomplish certain things. I mean, you know, that's the whole idea behind a career is, you know, you start out from the bottom and you're not satisfied with what you're making and where you are. You want to reach the top of your field. Right? There's that push. You know, to be totally satisfied and not want anything more is kind of like what it's like to be an animal in some respects, right? Animals just live, hunt, eat, die. That's their life. They have no further goals they want to reach, right? They're just satisfied with their existence, even though it's not much, you know, according to us humans. So I imagine he's kind of sort of talking about that our unsatisfaction is what drives technology and science and hopefully a better future. So anyway, I love this song. It's very, very wonderful. But let's move on to track number 8, which is called Seen Your Video.
All day, all night, all music videos.
Yeah, I can feel their pain on this song. I mean, it's basically talking about the reality of the music industry, especially back then, where basically to get popular, to get celebrity status, to get a lot of money by selling records, you had to have a cool music video to get played on MTV, because all the kids are watching MTV. So you have to have the money and the marketing behind your band to get on TV. And great bands like the Replacements didn't have this, so they were just kind of a small cult band, getting played on college radio. And I mean, this is still going on today, right? Money is going behind people like Justin Bieber and Drake and Rihanna, and certain labels are just putting all their money behind sure thing acts, as they're called. A sure thing act is somebody who's following a trend, who's not going to do anything too crazy. They're not going to push the art of music forward, but they're not also going to do bad music. They're just going to ride the wave of whatever the current trend is, and that's all you hear on the radio, right? All of the really interesting underground bands coming out today, they're lucky if they get covered by somebody like Pitchfork, right? So basically, they're just doomed to make an existence out of playing live shows all the time and selling merch. That's like their entire money train right there. So it's still relevant today. The way the music industry works does not necessarily promote great bands. So anyway, I like this song quite a bit. I like how it makes me think about that. But let's move on to track number 10, which is called 16 Blue.
Drive yourself right up the wall. No one hears and no one calls. It's a boring state. It's a useless wait. I know. Brag about things you don't understand. Girl, the woman, boy, the man, everything's such a
Yeah, I think of this song as a reality check for all of you middle-aged people who are wishing to themselves, I wish I was young again. Oh, it was so great to be young. No, it wasn't. Being 16 was an awful time, especially for the character on this song, who's not even sure if he's gay or not, right? And he doesn't want to come out because this is like the prime moment in your life when you get bullied by your classmates, right? I mean, if you think about it, pretty much the only time you ever get bullied in your entire life is when you're in lower school, middle school, or high school. You don't really get bullied in college. You don't really get bullied at your job. So that's one thing, right? And then another thing would be you're kind of just imprisoned by the school system until you're 18, right? You can't really do what you want to do until you graduate. And you have to graduate because so many jobs will deny people who haven't graduated high school at a minimum. So you're kind of imprisoned, and you have no idea who you are exactly. You're not entirely sure what your personality is, what you want to do, right? These are all just kind of up in the air. There's a lot of uncertainty. So there's a lot of uncertainty. You feel imprisoned. You're getting bullied. You're getting hit by peer pressure, all sorts of stuff. So basically, being 16 is not all roses and good things, according to Paul Westerberg. And I agree with him. I do not miss being 16. So anyway, let's talk about my last clip, which I got to look up, which is called Answering Machine. So I like to relate this song to current society in 2021, where we have cell phones and the internet, and you can instant message somebody anytime you want, and they'll always see your notification anytime you message them. So we're always tempted to send people messages and to respond right away. And there's no distancing, there's no time to process what's going on. You know, if you send somebody a loving text, it's kind of expected for you to respond fairly quickly, right? So it's not like even back in the 80s with an answering machine where, you know, they had to go check their answering machine. At least back then, let's say they could be out on the town doing something. There's no cell phones, so the only way they know that you called them at all is because they left a voicemail on the answering machine. So, you know, it's tempting to use this new technology to say things that maybe should have been said in person, you know, and to put people on the spot like that, to have them feel like they have to respond immediately when maybe they're busy doing something, in my opinion, is, you know, I guess it's maybe a fair trade for having this technology in the first place. You know, like, it's great that we have it, but at the same time, it's a little unnerving that we exist in a world where someone can text you immediately and you're kind of expected to respond right away. Otherwise, they're gonna get annoyed at you and think that you were ghosting them or ignoring them or whatever, you know. So this song basically is about the downfall of certain technology in terms of social interactions. That's how I like to think of it. You know, how do you say I love you to an answering machine? You know what I mean? I agree with Paul Westerberg. But anyway, that's Let It Be. Not the Beatles' Let It Be. The Replacements' Let It Be. Again, it's just a really cool, very rock and roll, kind of drunk rock, college rock / alt rock type album. You know, they were famous for being drunk all the time when they were playing live shows. That was kind of their thing. But anyway, I love the passion on this album. I love the atmosphere. I love the energy. You know, I love the emotion. I think it's all there. Sometimes they get a little funny and humorous, and that's okay. But anyway, I hope you thought it was interesting. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on the album. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It would really help me out. But yeah, that's Let It Be by The Replacements. Check it out and have a good one.